Hello, my dear students. This is Sushil, lecture in physics. Your dost, this time coming up with a chapter that is light, reflection, and refraction. Many of the CBSE students and the state-based students have got lot many doubts in this chapter. So this video is especially for all those students who are finding this topic difficult. So I will be taking you through this topic, making you understand that which concepts you need to focus, which concept you might have questions appearing in the exam. So it is very, very important. This topic in terms of your board exams becomes very important. Please remember from this chapter, surely you're going to have one numerical 100% in your paper. Mark my words, from this chapter, guarantee there will be a numerical appearing in your paper. It can be a value based question, it can be a knowledgeable based question, or it can be a direct numerical too. But from this chapter, for sure, you will have a numerical. So let's move ahead and understand this topic. So as you can see, light, reflection, and refraction. The first concept, what you need to focus on is nothing but the laws of reflection. So my dear students, I hope you know very well, there are two laws of reflections. Okay, so you need to focus on this topic, that is the laws of reflection. So they can ask you as a mark question or a 2 mark question, state the laws of reflection. So this forms an important question. Okay, the laws of reflection. So be careful, this is an important question. And how many laws of reflection do we have? We have two laws of reflection. Moving ahead, plane mirror. Again, this is very important concept, plane mirror. So from plane mirror, please understand you need to focus on the properties of plane mirror. The properties of plane mirror, or you can also say the characteristics of plane mirror. So it becomes an important question. So based on that, we can have different varieties of questions can be asked based on the properties of plane mirror. So you need to pay attention, you need to focus. Okay, so plane mirror properties is important. Plus we can also focus on the concept of uses of plane mirror. So you need to focus on this question also, that is the uses of plane mirrors. Okay, so under plane mirror, please understand what is a plane mirror, the properties of plane mirror is important question, and the uses of plane mirror again becomes an important part here. Let's move ahead. Spherical mirror. So my dear students, spherical mirror, I hope you know we have basically two types of spherical mirror. Yes or no? We have concave and convex. So very, very important. Please, I'm saying you make your basics strong. Understand what is a concave mirror and what is a convex mirror. So concave mirror is one whose reflecting surface is towards the center of curvature, whereas a convex mirror is one whose reflecting surface is away from the center of curvature. So please make a note of this, my dear student. It's very, very important. So we have two types of spherical mirrors, concave and convex. So please understand what is a concave mirror and what is a convex mirror. Also, it's very important for you all to understand the terms related to the mirrors. Okay, the terms related. So what are the terms related to the mirror? You know that we have the poles, center of curvature, radius of curvature. Okay, all this is very, very important. Very, very important relation between radius of curvature and center of radius of curvature and focal length. So all this forms important part. Okay, so I hope you all know what is the relation between focal length and radius of curvature. F is equal to r by 2. Very important in terms of numericals, my dear students. So please pay attention. Again, I'm saying you, the basics is very, very important. Make your basics strong. This chapter will be just like a cakewalk. Trust me. It's a very simple and beautiful chapter. But as a student, I know where are the places you find difficulties. So I'm going to target those areas, make you understand that yes, it is simple. So do not worry about it. So let's move ahead. The next concept, what you need to focus is nothing but representation of images and the ray diagrams. Students, mark this, very, very important. This is very, very important, this question. That is the representation of the images and ray diagram. Now, what am I talking about the representation of images? See, there are few rules for drawing. Yes, am I right? There are few rules for drawing. Any ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis needs to pass through the focus. I hope you have studied this. Yeah. So what happens is in the CBSE board exam, they can give you just a ray of light and then they'll ask you complete that. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Why it is important? And the next one, ray diagrams. Please focus on both concave and convex ray diagrams. The ray diagrams are very, very, very important. If you understand the ray diagrams, the numericals can be solved just in minutes. Believe me, you will know the answer of the numerical even before you solve. Just by analyzing the question, the answers are there with you. So ray diagrams is the basic foundation for solving the numericals in this topic. So please make sure you know each and everything about the ray diagram, even the characteristics of the images formed when the object is at infinity. Where is the image? What is the nature of the image? The position of the image? Very, very important. So please focus on that. So moving ahead, uses of concave and convex mirror. So I hope you must have studied the uses of concave and convex mirror. You know, concave mirrors are used in torches, the searchlights, all those things, whereas convex mirror is used in the rear view mirror. So again, this is an important question for 2 marks. That is the uses of concave and convex mirror. Moving ahead, sign convention. Yes, now this is again the basic foundation for your numericals. So keep things very simple, my dear students. The sign convention, if I have to explain you just in seconds, let me help you out. So just remember the Cartesian sign convention. Just remember all the distances are measured from the pole. All the distance you need to measure from the pole. Anything which comes on the right hand side, please take it as positive. Anything which falls on the left hand side is taken as negative. Anything you take above, that is in the upward direction, is taken as positive. Anything you take downward is taken as negative. Now I'll help you again. Take the example of a concave mirror. Now very simple, keep things very simple. As I said, if you remember the ray diagram, if you see pole, you have the center, you have the focus, you have the center of curvature. Now if you observe, everything falls on which side? Can I say it falls on my left hand side? So in case of a concave mirror, please understand, radius of curvature is negative, center of curvature is negative, focal length is negative, and object is anyhow negative. And if you observe the diagrams, the ray diagrams, almost every time the image is formed on the left hand side in case of a concave mirror. So even the image becomes negative. So that's what I said. If you know the ray diagrams, this concept becomes very, very simple. Only in one case, you will see that the image is formed behind the mirror. That is when the object is placed between focus and the pole. So that time you get the image behind the mirror. Am I right? Same way. Now take the example of a convex mirror. Now we take the example of a convex mirror. What happens in case of a convex mirror? What happens? You'll see that the focus is on the right hand side, the center of curvature is on the right hand side, but the object always remains on the left hand side. Yes or no? So can I say that whatever is there on the right hand side is positive? So in case of a convex mirror, focal length becomes positive, center of curvature becomes positive, radius of curvature is positive. The image formed also is always positive if you observe the ray diagram. So now can I say that it is simple? I hope you will agree with me. It is simple, provided you make your basics strong. So let's move ahead. The next concept, the mirror formula, very, very important mirror formula. So my dear students, as I said, you will surely have numericals from this chapter. So this is one place where you need to focus. So what is mirror formula? 1 by F is equal to 1 by V plus 1 by U. That's it, done. F stands for focal length. U stands for, V stands for the image distance. U stands for the object distance. That's it. That's all. So that's the mirror formula. And then you have to apply the sign convention and make yourself prepared for the numericals. Okay, so guys, in case if you want me to do a video on numericals, please comment on the comment section saying that you want numericals so that I make a new video on numericals which can help you to score maximum marks in this chapter. Next, what is magnification? Magnification is the ratio of height of the image to height of the object, and that can also be written as minus V by U. Now, this is very, very important, my dear students. Magnification concept is very, very important. I will give you some extra knowledge here. Please understand, if the magnification is negative, my dear students, if the magnification is negative, please understand the image is real and inverted. I hope you're getting it. If the magnification is positive, please understand the image is virtual and erect. Okay, please keep these things in mind. Please keep these things in mind. Okay, giving you some extra knowledge, extra information. Also, if magnification is equal to 1, please understand height of the image is equal to height of the object. If magnification is less than 1, then what happens? Height of the image is less than height of the object. And if magnification is greater than 1, then what happens? Height of the image is greater than height of the object. So, my dear students, this is very, 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 very important. Mark it. Mark it. I'm pretty sure 2021 CBSE board exam will have a numerical from this topic for sure. Okay, so let's move ahead and learn a few more interesting things. The next concept, refraction through a glass slab. Yes, so again, the diagram is very, very important. The refraction through a glass slab. I'll quickly, make you understand that concept. But before that, we need to understand that when a ray of light travels from rarer to denser, it bends towards the normal. When it travels from denser to rarer, it bends away from the normal. So in this case, when I draw the diagram, a ray of light is entering from air to glass media that is rarer to denser, so it bends towards the normal, and then it is traveling from denser to rarer, so it has to bend away from the normal. Now here we have a concept called as lateral displacement. So lateral displacement is the perpendicular distance between the incident ray and the emergent ray, my dear students. So if you have studied this concept, you will be sure and you will understand what I'm speaking about. So let's move ahead. Laws of refraction. So my dear students, how many laws of refraction do we have? We have two laws of refraction. Yes, very important is Snell's law. So what is Snell's law? The ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction is a constant. Again, it is very, very important because it forms the basic for my a concept called as refractive index. Okay, so let's move ahead and understand the next concept. Okay, that's nothing but refractive index. So my dear students, refractive index is very, very important. Lot many students find this topic difficult, but please believe me, I'm pretty sure that you will agree to me that yes sir, this topic is difficult, but not at all. Not at all. Believe me, it is very simple. So you need to focus, play with one formula, that is the formula of absolute refractive index, that is N is equal to C by V. If you observe, most of the questions for the CBSE board exams comes from this formula. So play with the formula, N is equal to C by V. So that's the formula for the absolute refractive index. So focus on those formulas. Okay, so important concept, refractive index. Again, I'm telling you, refractive index is important. Okay, refractive index is important. So please focus. Moving ahead, lens. Okay, so again, you have to study about the lens. There are two types of lens. Again, concave and convex. Okay, so convex lens are converging, concave lens are diverging. Keep that in mind. And also you need to study the terms related to those lenses, optic center and similar on. Next comes the ray diagram of lenses. My dear students, again, I'm telling you, the ray diagrams are very, very, very important. You know the ray diagrams, the concept becomes easy. I've already explained you in terms of mirror. So same way, the ray diagram for lens becomes very, very, very important. And again, the sign convention remains the same. So I'll explain about it. I'll talk about it in the coming slide. Okay, so I hope you are clear. I hope you are clear. The ray diagrams are clear. Talking about the sign convention, please remember that the focal length for a convex lens, can I get the answer? It's positive. And the focal length for the concave lens is negative. So that's all the change, my dear students. That's all is the change here. Remember about the focal length. This is important because I have one more topic to talk. That's power. So if you know what is positive and what is negative, then the concept of power becomes simple. So it's all related. Yeah. So focal length of a convex lens is positive and focal length of a concave lens is negative. Keep that in mind. So moving ahead, we have the next concept, that is lens formula and magnification. So my dear students, again, very, very important. 1 by V minus 1 by U is equal to 1 by F. Apply the sign convention. Magnification remains the same, the ratio of height of the image to height of the object. But here I have V by U. Yes. Again, I'm telling you, sure shot, you will have numericals from this part. Be careful. Prepare yourself. Again, I'm telling you, in case you want me to help you out with a numerical, please comment on the comment section saying that yes, help us out with the numerical so that I prepare one more video for you all, which will cover all the varieties of numerical. Moving ahead. Power of a lens. So as I was talking, power of a lens is given by the formula P is equal to 1 by F. And as I said, focal length of concave is negative. That's why power for a concave lens is negative. Okay, so focal length of a convex is positive. So power becomes positive for a convex lens. Okay, I hope you're getting this concept. And then we have something called as power of combination of lenses, where I can write the formula as 1 by F is equal to 1 by F1 plus 1 by F2, or P can be written as P1 plus P2. I hope you're getting this concept, my dear students, what I'm trying to say. Yes, so the concept of power is nothing but the reciprocal of focal length, unit is diopter, and then you have the combination of lenses. So my dear students, just if you see, I think hardly we must have taken 10 to 15 minutes to understand the concepts. Okay, so trust me, light is not a difficult chapter. It is simple. Okay, so we'll have a quick understanding of this chapter. What are the things I need to focus on? Very, very important is please focus on the numericals, because from this chapter and from electricity, surely you're going to have numericals for 100%. You will see numericals appearing in your paper. You must have solved so many pre-boards. You must have written so many unit tests, your class test, and every time you must have seen that, yes, numericals are appearing, if I'm not wrong. Numericals are coming from the chapter current electricity, that is the electricity chapter, and the light chapter. You need to focus on these two chapters, my dear students, because it is important. It is important. So with this, I would like to say everybody, thank you so much. Please take care, stay safe, and stay happy, and happy learning to all of you. I hope you have enjoyed this video and you have gained something out of this. And please do like this video, share this video with your friends, which is going to help a lot many students. So please share, please help your friends. And in case if you have any doubt, you can comment on the comment section. I'll be always there to help you out. Thank you so much. All the best. Please take care.